recorded.
If you could put your hands up if you have questions. We will start off. We'll start off with Kyle Goon.
Andre Drummond.
Sir.
Andre, I know it's got to be tough at the end to not play in game 6, but how do you kind of just take your overall stint with the Lakers this year and what you learned and how this relationship is going forward?
Yeah, I think overall this year I had an incredible time just in the short stay that I was here. There was a lot put on me when I first got here. There was a lot for me to learn, a lot to catch up on, and a lot to make up for, having two of the best players hurt and just trying to figure out an entire team with a little time to help get us into a playoff run. I think I've learned so much just being around the coaching staff, being around my teammates, just an incredible group of guys that we have here. I'm looking forward to building more with them.
Okay, Dave McMenamin, please.
Andre, you said you're looking forward to building more. Is that your statement saying that you'll be coming back to the Lakers? Like that's your intention?
That's not what I said, but
no, that's what I'm asking. You said you're looking to build more with them.
Yeah, looking forward to. We have a lot of time for that. August is right around the corner, so when that time comes around to have those discussions, I'll have those discussions.
Okay, Dan Moike, please.
Andre, when you signed with this team, Montrez was here, Gasol was here. Obviously, AD can play center. How tough was that? Kind of carving up the roles on all of you guys ultimately. And
those two guys are incredible professionals. They were very supportive when I came in. Despite me having the starter minutes and playing the role for this team, they were very professional, very helpful for me. Even with me, when the situation turned turned the other way, where I was coming off the bench and wasn't playing a lot, and those guys are playing. We just did a great job of supporting each other and making sure each and every one of us felt the positivity that we wanted the other guys to succeed.
I agree, but I'm wondering, I guess too, is that a situation that you would put yourself in again? I guess, sort of. Do you know what I'm saying? Kind of knowing that.
That's something I have to digest. The season just ended last night, so this is something that I have time to think about right now. Right now, my focus is just spending time with my kids and just decompressing this long year that I had. And, I'll refocus on that when the time is right.
Rashawn.
Hey, Andre. How would you best describe how the season came to an end? Was it more shock, disbelief? How would you best describe that?
I think us losing that game last night, that team won fair and square. They outplayed us. They played as a team. They played incredible, both sides of the court. All 15 of the guys that they played have played a significant role throughout this series to help them win this series for them.
Alan?
Hey, Andre, I'm just curious for some of your priorities over the offseason. What are some areas in your own personal game that you think you'll focus on that you want to pay more attention to, I guess you could say, as we get to the offseason?
Again, the season just ended, so those are things that I'll think about when the time is right. Right now, I'm just trying to decompress and just focus on myself right now. There's definitely parts of my game that I would love to work on throughout the summer to come back better next year. When that time comes, the time comes.
Okay, last three. Andy?
Hey, Andre, there's a lot of focus from people who watch the league about the role of big men now and, how it's changed a lot. And you're more of a classic, closer to the basket type of big man. What do you see as just sort of your general place in the league and how a guy like you fits now? Because there are obviously things that you do extremely well, but it's a different game than when you entered.
Well, I found a way to stick around this long. I'm going to continue to play the game that I know. Until further notice. Every team needs a big that can rebound the ball well, play defense, and score when they're around the rim. So I'm gonna continue to play my game, work on different parts of my game as well too, to expand as well. When that number is called to do something differently, it won't be foreign to me. I'm continuing to play my game the way I know.
Last two, Harrison.
Hey, Andre, you mentioned how much was kind of thrown at you in such a short time, you know, coming and joining this team mid-season. I was just wondering, do you feel like you ever got to show kind of what you and Anthony Davis could do together at any point before the injury? Do you feel like you guys ever fully got on the same page and got to show your full potential?
Not at all. I mean, there were glimpses. I mean, we all seen it. There were bright spots throughout the year where we did play together and great things happened, but you can't expect two guys that, you know, play in the paint to get adjusted in 6 weeks. So it's something that's going to take some time. We got to have a training camp together, preseason, and even the regular season to work on things like that too, to build that kind of chemistry. But I think he and I did a great job of adjusting well to each other with the time that we had.
Last question, Michael.
Hey, Dre, and a pleasure talking to you throughout the season, so thank you for that. My question is a little bit of a piggyback off of what Harrison asked. I'm sure a lot of guys right now are playing the what-if game in their head. So for you, when it comes to those what-ifs, you know, Dennis mentioned because of him missing those last 14 days with the COVID protocols, he didn't get a chance to figure out where you wanted the ball in the court and run the pick and roll with you. Like we said, with AD, with LeBron and you. Just missed opportunities for you all to play together. We saw a little bit of glimpses of it in the playoffs of what you could do, you know, when you guys were all on the same page. But what are those what if questions you're asking yourself now?
You know, I don't really do the what ifs because the what ifs can't be solved. Those moments are over. I mean, you can go back and think like, man, what it could have been like, but there's nothing we can do about it. Those are injuries and situations we couldn't foresee. Just wasn't the timing wasn't there. That's all it really boils down to.
All right. Thank you.